Hey guys, welcome back to Late Night Talks in the Dark with me. Um, I feel like every video I make is going to be in the dark because I like it. So anyway, and again, it's not about me. The things that I'm saying, it's not about this. You know, if I was trying to sell you some makeup, yeah, this would make sense. But I'm here trying to talk to you about some real things. And so the other night, I talked about we should call things what they are. You know, like call Nazis Nazis and dictators dictators and regimes regimes and collaborators collaborators. So we learned that. And so now there have been, I don't know how many people have been killed. We'll probably never know. But there have been two murders in broad daylight. And one of those murders was a gang murder. And I think that's why it's really hitting everybody differently. Because it was a gang murder. We watched, you know, you grow up your whole life being told if you have to come to fisticuffs with somebody, it should always be one-on-one. Make it fair. Have a fair fight. And it wasn't a fair fight, was it? It was all those Nazis with guns and pepper spray against one person who was trying to do a good thing for another person who is also probably a good person and just trying to live life like everybody else. And so I feel like this one is just really hitting everybody differently because it's different. That's why. Because it's different. And I know that we're always saying, like, we're getting desensitized. We're not. We're not. It's just, I guess the best comparison I can give is, like, the people who live in Beirut. I mean, at any time, war can break out. And the people of Beirut just live life every day, no matter what. I mean, even in the middle of a war zone, they'll still live life. Bombs could be dropping. The clubs will still be popping. The women will still be at the beauty salons every day getting their hair done. And it's just a matter of going to get it washed, styled, you know, just to feel good in case this is my last day on earth. So those people aren't desensitized to anything. In fact, I think they embrace life even more because they know life can be done like that. So I think that's what we're going through. It's not that we're desensitized. It's just a matter of what am I supposed to do as a single person? I'm singular. I don't carry guns. I'm not violent. I'm pacifist. All these different things. Well, the most you can do is live life. That's the most you can do. Sorry, my TV just flickered. But if you can go to a protest, go. If you can do whatever you can do. But don't ever believe the narrative that you're becoming desensitized to all the violence, because you're not. You're just trying to navigate in a war zone. And I call it a war zone, the country itself a war zone, because, I mean, how many mass shootings have there been already this year? I don't even know. It's in the hundreds, that much I know. The school shootings, I mean, my nieces and nephews got to take, you know, they had the duck and cover in the 60s, and now they got, you know, shooter drills in the 21st century. So, how much have we evolved? So you're not desensitized. You're not. So please don't let them hypnotize you into believing that you are desensitized. You're not. The reason why you have anxiety, the reason why you feel depressed, the reason why you may be feeling a sort of melancholy, a malaise, if you will, is because you live in a war zone. And You've been trying to cope with a life where every day you could wake up and hear about another mass shooting, another school shooting, about kids being killed, um, gay bars being shot up. I mean, every day is a little bit like Beirut in some sense. Somebody's dealing with something somewhere every day in this country, and it's always some act of violence, and it's always perpetrated by people with guns. And so we have just tried to learn how to navigate. I must confess, I am from Massachusetts, and we don't have the same kind of gun violence that other states have. So I'm grateful for that. I am really grateful for that, because it must be a whole different way of trying to live, knowing that you live in a state where people can just open carry, especially right now when everything is so tenuous and on edge. You know, it feels like at any moment it could all just go boom. And that's because it could. It is. It's sparking, that's for sure. So if you're feeling depressed, feeling a malaise, a melancholy, anxiety, panic, you are right to. You are not mentally ill. You don't need meds. You need community, and you need to give yourself some power. You need to find a way to give yourself power. Mine is this. I've never made videos before. In fact, I fucking hate being on video. I don't like taking pictures. I don't have a lot of pictures of myself. I don't have a lot of pictures of me and my husband. I don't like taking pictures, and I don't like videos, and that's mostly why it's in the dark, because I don't like it. It's not my jam. But I feel like I have to say something, and so I'm saying something. It makes me feel like I have some power and some control in a totally out of control, insane situation. I can feel some grounding in this. And so I want you to know that if you are feeling crazy, you're not crazy. You're actually sane. The people who don't feel crazy, those are the insane people. Those are the people who are going, yeah, we support these Nazis. Yeah, those people are insane. And they only think they're sane. Cults, right? Am I right? So you're perfectly normal. Do you need to maybe speak to a shrink to just, process and maybe get some tools? Maybe you do, and that's okay, and you should. Should you talk to your kids and be honest about things? I think so. Age appropriately, of course. Words matter, how you use words with kids, but yeah, I think the kids should know the truth. I think they should know why there's a tension in the house. I think they should understand why you've maybe been off crying, or yelling, or pacing around, ranting into the air, And the kids are just like, are you okay, Mommy? You okay, Daddy? And you're like, yes, honey, I'm fine. Don't lie. Say you're not fine. Just tell them the truth. They're going to find out anyway. It's better they find out from you. You know your kids. You know how to handle them. You know what I mean? Speak the truth to them. It teaches them empathy. It teaches them how to care about other people. It teaches them that. And it teaches them that it's okay to have big feelings, and it's okay to feel the fear and the craziness. And, because you don't think they're feeling it. They just probably don't have the vocabulary for explaining what they're feeling, but they definitely feel the tension. I know I always did when I was a kid. I knew when something was always up in my family, when they would try to shut me out from the adult conversations. I always knew something was up. You can only hide things for so long, especially when it's raw emotion. So just be honest. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with your friends, your people, your family. If you're feeling bad, that's normal and sane. You should be feeling bad. You should be feeling scared and sad. This is all scary, and this is all brand new. We've never navigated this before in this country. I'm going to be 54 next month. I've been voting since I was 18 and interested in politics since I was a ute. You know, just a young old ute. And I've never experienced anything like this. Never. I was actually scared of Sarah Palin. And now here we are. And that will be another discussion, Sarah Palin. But not tonight. Tonight is to tell you that if you feel the way you feel, you are right to feel that way. And don't try to cover those feelings up. Try to empower yourself by using those emotions to activate you into some kind of service for your country. If that means going to protests, if that means organizing things, if that means just coming on here and showing people that you're just another person who does not agree with this. You're not trying to be an influencer. You're not trying to make money online. You got a job, right, boo? But you need to make noise. Be a rabble rouser. Don't be silent. Don't be silent. That's the worst sin of all, and I'm an atheist. And don't come at me, Christians, okay? I respect you. Because my husband is a Christian. And we live together just fine. I respect him, he respects me. He's not trying to cultivate me, and I'm not trying to turn him against God. We live respectfully, and it can be done. So, feel how you feel, because it's important. Be honest, and find something that gives you power. Find something that, even if it's just writing in a journal, you don't have to speak to anybody else, just write in a journal, write how you're feeling. Because one day you can go back and look at it and think, wow, can't believe I went through that, I survived that, I lived through that, and now look where I am. Because things will get better at some point. I can't promise you when. I just know that they will, because a house built on, a shoddy foundation is just doomed to cave in on itself, and we're watching the cave in as we speak. So that's all I wanted to say, was just be okay that you're feeling like this. You're not having some mental health crisis as far as like, oh no, I have bipolar, because you're going to have good days and you're going to have bad days with this. You're going to have days where you laugh a lot with your spouse, and you're going to have days where you cry, and you're going to have days where you're angry. It's a roller coaster ride of emotions, and you may feel all the emotions in one day. So go with it and feel those things, because you're not crazy for feeling those things. None of the things you feel are crazy. You are totally normal. And just take care of yourself. And take care of those around you. And don't let the bastards win. Don't become apathetic. Don't let your depression that you're feeling right now turn into apathy, because it can turn into apathy real quick. And they want you apathetic, because when you become apathetic, then you stop caring, and apathy is what they want. So just don't give them that.